Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Jeffrey Dell Nichols. And he went missing June 8, 2004, Salt Lake City, Utah. He was 6'2" to 6'3". Unknown circumstances. Last seen in the morning at his residence. And it gives near where the address is. You can read that if you want to. He had a white Ford Ranger pickup that was later located July 15th in the vicinity of the 4800 block of South State Street in Salt Lake City. So 7 days later his vehicle's there, but he's gone. Brown hair, blue eyes. And here's a photo of him. And here we are at the Charlie Project. We're going to see what it has to say. And I don't say that what it's saying is true. I just read it because it's interesting. I don't know where they get the information from, so I don't have any idea if it's true or not, but it's interesting reading it. This says he's 6'2", 190 pounds, 40 years old, taking medication for depression at the time of his disappearance. White 2000 Ford Ranger pickup truck. Nichols was last seen the morning of June 8, 2004 at his residence. He was supposed to meet his ex-wife and young son for breakfast at McDonald's restaurant in Midvale, Utah. He and his ex-wife shared custody of their son. His ex-wife stated that he called them to say he would be unable to keep the appointment. He's never been heard from again. His girlfriend reported him missing on the morning of June 9th. His white Ford Ranger pickup was located over a month after his disappearance and was towed 2 days later. The location is just 3 blocks from where he planned to meet his ex-wife and son. His loved ones say it's uncharacteristic of him to leave without warning. There's been no activity on his bank accounts or credit cards, and no unusual activity on them in the month prior. At the time of his disappearance, he was planning on visiting his sister in Wisconsin. He'd already purchased the plane tickets and made hotel reservations. His family stated he was very happy with his life and close to his family and had no reason to walk away. His ex-wife had filed for bankruptcy prior to his disappearance. She and her child moved out of the area 2 weeks after he vanished, and the family has lost touch with him. His ex-wife and son have since left the country, and she has been indicted for bankruptcy fraud. There is a warrant out for her arrest. Nichols was employed as an air traffic controller for the Federal Aviation Administration at Salt Lake International Airport at the time of his disappearance. He is originally from Northern Virginia and moved to Utah in 1998. He lived in the Parley's Way area east of Salt Lake City at the time of his disappearance and enjoyed golfing. Police stated there was no evidence of foul play in his case, but both law enforcement and his family believe his disappearance is suspicious. His case remains unsolved. And we're going to look at some John Does. So I have this one in Florida because I thought that one looked kind of similar, even though that is so far away. Found January 12, 2005, Tarpon Springs, Florida, several months to several years prior to discovery. Suicide by gunshot. 40 to 55 years old, 5'8" to 6'3". Possible salt and pepper colored hair. And you can pause that and read more information if you'd like to. Was located underneath a tree in a wooded area. He was about 300 feet from the roadway and had an intraoral gunshot wound. A rusty handgun was on the ground next to the body and had remnants of clothing around the body. So here's a John Doe, if you know who this might be. If you know what might have happened to him and you have any information, please contact authorities and give them that information. Let them decide what's relevant and what's not. If you know who this John Doe is, please contact authorities as well. We're going to look at some other John Does. He was pretty tall. It says he was 6'2" to 6'3", so. And we have this John Doe in Oregon, Clackamas County, 6 foot to 6'5", found March 24, 2005. Estimated date of death is 2001 to 2005. So, it says a property owner was spraying pesticide on a section of his private land when he came upon the remnants of a jacket and a pair of pants and a human skeletal remains. The area had been clear-cut for 2 years prior. Investigators believe the remains had been there for a period of time, possibly years, and may have been buried prior to their discovery. Investigators are unable to determine the cause of death, however, there is concern foul play may be a factor. Okay, then we have this John Doe. And I thought this one kind of looked similar too, I don't know. Date of discovery, August 9, 2004. Estimated date of death, August 17, 2004. That's after the date of discovery. That's not right. 6'2". Heat exposure. Ages 30 to 35. Goatee, large scars on his abdomen. The descendant was found near 3rd Avenue in Madison in Phoenix, Arizona. He died in the hospital. Oh, I guess he did die after he was discovered. So, that's pretty far away, so. But I left it in there. Then we have this John Doe found in Colorado. No more than 5 years prior is the estimated date of death. 5'11" to 6'2". And cause of death unknown, possibly natural. And then it has a lot of information where he was writing letters to somebody called Lib. You can pause that and read it if you want to. And then we have this John Doe all the way in Pennsylvania. It's really too far away, but I decided to leave it in because of the estimated date of death and the height. And so you can read that if you want to. Really don't think there's any way possible. I would expect him to be in Utah. So then we have this John Doe found in Olympia, Washington, 6'3". Estimated date of death, 1999 to 2008. And Thurston County. Skeletal remains found in a wooded area. Not recognizable, partial skeleton parts only. And then it talks about the clothes. He had athletic socks with a green Nike logo on the socks. So to me, having a green Nike logo on his socks meant he must have had a little bit of money. Because he was buying nice socks, you know. So he probably made a decent living. Because a lot of people just buy, you know, they don't buy socks with Nike logos on them. This one was found in Altadena, California. Age 40 to 50, 5'10" to 6'2". Estimated date of death, 1999 to 2004. Incomplete skeletal remains were found. And there's really not a lot of information. But I wondered about this one because he was the air traffic controller, so he made decent money. And he was 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". And this one was found in Olympia, Washington, with the socks with the Nike logo. I don't know if he wore socks with a Nike logo, but I found that interesting. Okay, so then, and this is the one from Phoenix, Arizona, 6'2". It's just way too far away. August 17th, 2004. And recognizable face, black hair. So we would expect to find his remains in Salt Lake City. But Olympia, Washington's really, I don't know if it's that far away. So there's our John Does. If you know who any of these John Does are, please contact authorities and let them know if you have any information whatsoever. And don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families. And please feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.